Hey, what's up everybody? Vic Productions here, and today I am going to be doing something a little bit new today. I'm going to be doing a speed paint of sorts. So, basically I was originally supposed to bring out a Topic Tuesday episode this week, but we haven't really been able to get a lot of time to do that. So I'm giving this to you guys so at least you guys have something to look at or to watch. So here it is. So at the moment what I wanted to do was I wanted to just make something kind of random. It's kind of, I guess, meaningful in a way. But what I wanted to do was to make like a reaching hand of sorts. So I've already done the sketch, as you can see now. I'm just like adding like a few touches here and there. And in the white background, and then I'm just gonna move it to the side. I used an image of a hand just as a base, so I'm able to like see what I'm doing. Now we got on to the next part. I didn't want it to just be a normal hand, so I wanted it to be kind of like a skeleton hand. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm doing the different joints, and if I happen to stop at random points, even though I know it's in fast mode, but if it just happened to kind of freeze, it's because during my recording it was freezing a little bit. But it should move out like smoothly. But anyway, so we were originally supposed to bring out the Topic Tuesday video, but we didn't get enough time. It's been so busy in our lives at the moment. So I decided to bring this out, and funny story, I was originally going to do a different speed paint, but when I finished the recording and I looked at it, it turned out that it only recorded a tiny section in which it was basically just like a gray screen showing for the majority of the video, and I was really disappointed. So I'm sorry about that, but I have this now, and it's moving just fine. I'm just erasing some of the outlines and expanding more on the bones for the fingers, because the hand kind of gives like a good base of sorts as to what I should be, where the bone goes, basically. I have drawn skeleton hands, well, skeletons anyway, before. I had an old reference sheet from a good couple years ago that I drew some random body parts here and there, just for fun, I guess. I don't know. I was just kind of bored, and I wanted to learn a bit more about proportions, so that's what I'm doing here. I was a bit nervous about how the palm and the bone and everything would turn out here. I kind of needed to look at some reference, but it wasn't even really to the side as such, like it was in this perspective, so I kind of had to guess here, and I think it turned out alright. I mean, it's decent, but I don't know if it's completely accurate, but there you go, there's the hand. So next we do the black outline for it, like so. I'm trying to make it as smooth as possible as I can. I don't want any like jagged edges, and oh, it's frozen again. Okay, there we go. I put a little highlight on my mouse so that you guys could kind of see better what I was doing, though I think if I'm gonna do a speed paint again, I think I'll take off the highlight instead of having it on. I think it's a bit, I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it's a little bit, as I'm speaking to this right now, I'm guiding you through this, and I'm also seeing the highlight on the mouse, and I kind of see it and I'm thinking, this might be a little bit too jarring. So yeah, I'm almost finished here. So how have you guys been during quarantine and whatnot? What's going on with the world? A lot of things going on with the world right now. But I guess I'm here and I'm just kind of drawing, and I'm getting through things. Everything seems to be going fine. For me personally, I feel cool. Okay, so now we've done the outline, so I want to do the background to be black. I kind of had some trouble distincting between like where the black should be. I was a bit confused by this part. I was like, where does this part go? So I just started dabbling here and there. After that, I decided to put on a little white border around it. Actually, before I decided to draw this, I was contemplating whether I should do it complete like a white outline of sorts and have the inside of the hands black and whatnot, or if I should just have a black outline and whatnot. And I asked Solar herself what I should do, and she said, just why don't you kind of do both and put like a white border around. I was like, okay, sure. So thanks, Solar. Yeah, I'm taking your advice, and that's what I'm doing here. I don't want it to be too thick, but I'm making it somewhat that it's like that you can see it. Okay, there you go. I think I'm done the border, as you can see there. And I wanted to add in different colors. So the 3 colors that I wanted to add in were purple, blue, and red. I'm usually very much into those colors, to be honest. But yeah, I decided I wanted to put on little cracks here and there. Now, I already know the finished product of this thing, and I kind of wish I added in more cracks, like around the hand, more so, rather than just in the one place, which was on the arm. I started testing out different brushes and figuring out which one's better, but I just decided I'm just gonna go with what I just drew there. I put in like a little bit of fading behind it, like purple, and then I started adding blues and reds and whatnot, and to kind of give it more of just to give it more, I suppose. And so I started testing out again more brushes, and I wanted it to have like magic kind of coming out of it, out of the hand in a way, but I decided to just have it on sort of the fingertips. So I was testing out the blue a lot until eventually I decided I was just gonna draw it. So I tested out the brushes and I started doing different shades of blue and just kind of bringing it out at the top. I really like how it just kind of ends at the top. It does. It's nice strokes. I kind of had fun with that. I tried making it that it looked like it was going around the finger, and I spent some time trying to erase it, but then eventually I saw that it was going to be quite difficult, and I kind of bailed on it. I think it doesn't make too much of a difference. I started adding in these like sparkles to make it look magical and whatnot, to give it more aesthetic of sorts. I did the same thing. I decided to add it on the purple part as well. Soon I decided I wanted to add in this sort of paint effect along the border in a way, kind of expand on the border a little bit, and I think I went a little bit crazy with it. And then it was like bright blue at first, and then I started doing like a tiny bit of white here and there. But yeah, it's a bit of a crazy mess in a way. But you know what? Sometimes art is messy, and we're just gonna be cool with that. We'll be fine with that. I wanted to add in the purple at the bottom because I wanted it to kind of grow out of the bottom as well. But I kind of thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna add in red, mainly because I kind of, with the contrast between like from blue to purple to red, that kind of spectrum, it works, I guess. And I was trying to add that in to the drawing. So, but I added in purple to like the thumb. So there was red at the bottom, then it goes into purple, and then it goes into blue at the tip. or the top. So there you go. So I made it all nice, and there's a lot of paint here and there and whatnot. So last thing I wanted to do was to add a bit of a gradient to the background. So I made it dark at the bottom and tried making it brighter at the top. I wanted to make the colorful lines still stand out more, so I decided to put the layer with all the colorful lines above. But I noticed that the purple wasn't quite standing out, so I tried my best to kind of make it stand out. It didn't really work. I just ended up fading it in more, just in case. After that, I started doing the gradient again, and making it look like it's kind of reaching to this light of sorts, as if it's, because I feel like we all reach for something in like some kind of aspiration of sorts. We come out of the dark and then we reach for the light in a way. We're reaching for this light of sorts in a way. So that's kind of what I was trying to show here. Right now I am sketching the sort of title of this piece in a way, which unsurprisingly is called Reaching. I was originally, so this particular font, it's one of my favorites actually, it was supposed to be similar to sort of the Runway font. But when I was trying to outline it, it didn't quite come out the way I wanted it exactly, but which you will see now, but I tried slanting it a bit and tried making it kind of smaller because I didn't want it to appear too big. Then I wanted to add in these sort of like full stops at the end and move them a bit. I was getting a bit too perfectionist with the title. I was like, the dots need to be perfectly like synchronized and whatnot. So here I have problems with the outlining situation here because I wanted it to curve like it does in the Runway font, but it wasn't curving properly. So I ended up just deciding, because it was just looking messy the most of the way, so I just decided to do straight lines and whatnot. So there's no real curve to it, but it still came out pretty decent. I'm pretty proud of it. So we're almost finished, and then you get to see the finished product. So I'm just finishing up this G here. G for good. Hopefully good. Is it good? I don't know. And I'm just adding in the full stops, and we should be done. I just want to get rid of that, and there. And that is the end of my speed paint. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully we'll get back on track with the Topic Tuesday again. That we will be back on track, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!